Hi guys, this is Crossy of Eclipse Gaming TV and welcome to a new YouTube series. Who would have thought I'd be saying that? And so this is the new series on NBA 2K16 called the Seattle Sonic Boom, and we are going to be taking on MyGM mode. So let's get straight to it. This is a series that I'm really looking forward to getting into. I started dabbling again with the MyGM mode a little while ago, and the music might be a little bit loud, so I'll turn that down for you guys. As you can see, that in my break away from recording videos, I haven't improved in my editing skills. I still don't have any, so that's something that we'll be looking to work on. Maybe this is the time that we learn with this series. New thing that came in on NBA 2K16 is the ability to relocate your team to another city, which happens a decent amount, where teams end up relocating, going back, etc, etc. It's a little bit different to the UK football type setup where that just isn't really possible. It has happened, but not on very many occasions. So a couple of teams that I was kicking around thinking maybe I should pick these guys. I was thinking maybe the 76ers, have been terrible. Got a couple of very good young players, but heavily stacked at centre. I think they've got 3 very good centres and the rest of the team needs some work. I was thinking the Milwaukee Bucks as well, but I don't know what it is with the Bucks, because I've always sort of been a bit of a fan of basketball, but not massively into it. I'm much more of an NFL fan if you're talking about American sport. And I don't know what it is with the Bucks, but they've just got that kind of inoffensive likability about them. It would be like if Everton won the league for the Premier League here in the UK, for you football fans, then there's not that many people that would take offence. And I get the feeling that the Bucks are very similar, but anyone that's an American viewer that's more of an expert on this, then please let me know. So the team I thought I'd go for is the Sacramento Kings, who have been renowned for their management being a real mess, to put it mildly. And they're a team I'm not a huge fan of them, again for no particular reasons. Maybe it's just the purple I'm not too keen on. But they've got a few pieces that we can work around. They've got DeMarcus Cousins at centre, a few players that could potentially get moved on, Gallinari, sorry, they get it right, and Darren Collison at point guard. And Collison's one of those players where he's always been a bit of a thorn in my side when I've played on the opposite end of him in my career, etc. So I might end up keeping him around, but if we can get a half-decent point guard to replace him, then maybe that would be the way to go. So the plan is going to be, as you can tell from the title of the series, Seattle Sonic Boom, we're going to try and bring back the Seattle Supersonics. And as there's not many videos of people that successfully managed to relocate, I thought this might not be a bad way to go about it. So let's have a quick whiz through this discussion. So this is the goals that the owner's got. Got to keep promises to the player. Yeah, that's fine. Wish this items, top 10 attendance. Well, yeah, let's say we can do it. More talent. Well, yeah, that's my plan anyway. Trade Karen Butler or Ben McLemore. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Ben McLemore, I think, is a player that might be worth keeping around, but Karen Butler, maybe we could shift. We'll have a little look in a minute. So what we're going to do for now, as my editing skills are non-existent, as I say, is I'll show you really quickly the relocation screen, just in case you guys haven't come across it. And then the bit that's going to involve quite a bit of playing around, I'll do that off camera. So part 1, little introduction to the series, which we've done, a little bit of an introduction to the relocation screen and how that works. And then we are going to have a little play, make a few trades. Now, a couple of tips just to suggest: if you're going to start making plenty of trades, do it now in the off season before you play the first game, because yeah, it's going to affect the team chemistry a little bit, but it's much better doing it all in one shot now than to try and keep moving players around throughout the season, because then I'll be thinking, how long is it going to be before I get shifted? Right, let's have a quick look at the stuff we got. Most of these guys are auto-generated. On my other game, I'm playing with the Brooklyn Nets, and I've got who is it? I've got Kobe Bryant as head coach, and I've got Tim Duncan as assistant coach. So I'm going to be looking to pick up some ex-players probably to fill some of these staff positions later on. But that's other things for us to worry about. And another thing, I am going to be simming through the first couple of series until we get this relocation done. As if you've got to try and play 88 games, that's going to get pretty crazy. And I'm going to have to work out this editing thing so I can trim the games down, because you guys, when we do get the Sonics sorted, don't want to watch me simming through many millions of games either. Right, so let's have a quick look at the relocation screen and let's get a few things set up. So as you can see, bottom left, days left 156. So that's the time you got to put in the application. To get an application in on this first season, it's nigh on impossible, and we'll have a look at why in a minute. So first thing that I'm going to do is move up and say that Seattle is where we want to put our team. So the owners go contribute $8.82 million to make this happen to begin with, and that is the thing that you increase by succeeding and managing owner goals, which we'll have a look at in a minute. So I'm going to say straight away, let's go with Seattle, and then you can see from the star ratings, it's miles better to stick this thing downtown. So let's go with that. And you can see 3.5 stars. Yeah, that is not going to be a bad move. And already we see down the bottom right, NBA board vote. So we need a majority here. 1 approval, which is us. 10 undecided, 19 who are denying. So we need to get that cranked up. Team branding. This is quite easy. So Seattle, and then we want to make it the Supersonics. That's my Steam overlay. We don't want that. Supersonics used to be like that without a double capital S thing, and then we'll leave that as SEA. Right, team logo. Well, there is already on here, which is a big reason for me deciding to go for this in the NBA Historic. There is a Seattle Sonics logo that we can use, which helps a lot. My graphic design skills are as good as my video editing skills. So that is that. Right, okay, so that's done. And then team colours, well, I know some people have made videos like this and they've tried to get it as close as they can. I'm not necessarily going to do that. I might be inspired a little bit by some of the old Supersonics jerseys, but I'm not glued to that as such. As you know, I'm not an old school Supersonics fan or anything like that. So we're going to go with green and red, and then a little bit of yellow to try and match the logo, I think. As our team colours, and where's some yellow? Now, I'm a Warriors fan in real life, so let's get the Warriors yellow in there. That's as close to the logo as we're going to get. So that's that part sorted, so let's save that. And then design arena. I'll flick onto this really quickly, but you can see there is a lot of legwork that can be done here, and this takes a fair old time. But for example, you can go through, you can select which arena design you want, you can set the name, seating, so you can change the seat colour, so we can get it to Supersonics green if you wanted, or the red. Now I remember that the Supersonics arena was super bright, so can I make that happen? Yeah, there we go. That's the kind of thing we're talking about. So yeah, but I'm going to play around with that off camera because I haven't got the ability to speed up, and you don't want to see me clicking around being completely clueless. But I'll try and get this fairly close to how it would have been back in the day, but we'll kind of pay homage to it without copying it massively. So I will abort those changes, and that I'll come through to. And also I'll really quickly show you that you can design the uniform as well, which is kind of cool. And there's lots of presets that you can work from as a base, or you can mess around with this to your heart's content. So this is something that I'll be doing off camera for you, and I'll show you what I've done in part 2. Now, really quickly, you've got vote status, and you can go and talk to the other owners if you want and find out why they might be undecided, why they need to be swayed. So let's do that really quickly and have a chat to the Bulls owner before I start. So he's interested in seeing a team back in Seattle. Level of fan interest. Well, there's a decent amount of fan interest. There's quite a few people saying bring a team back, etc. Luxury suites. These guys always want a luxury suite. Basic facilities, well, that's the kind of thing that we're gonna work on. So here's a big reason why you need to spend a bit of time on it, because this select facilities, you can see 0.0 out of 10, and this stuff all costs money, which comes out of the budget. So for example, let's slap on this 8.61 million. So we want to be getting broadband Wi-Fi in there. Personal outlets doesn't cost a lot, so let's do that. Right, bus terminal and train terminal. Let's stick both of those in there so we've got the infrastructure. 1.2 stars. I've got 887k to be messing around with straight off the bat. So cup holders, very important. And then let's see, padded seats. Let's go with that. Leaves me 266k to work with. I've not done anything on parking. I can't afford to. That's 800,000 just for the basic level of parking. Luxury suites are ridiculous. 2 million just to get anything. So we can do level 1 merchandising. We can stick. Well, we can't afford any of these stores, I don't think, with the money I got. Can't get any restaurants. So you can see straight away I have got a lot of legwork that needs to be done here just to get any kind of half decent levels. So let's jump out of that. Has that been saved? Yes, it has. Right, so I've got that to build from going forward, but that proves that there is a lot of work that still has to be done in those areas, and to do that I have to accomplish goals and promises to the owner. And you see that 1.6 million, for example, that I get in the demands, which lasts till the start of the playoffs. If I pull that off, that's another 1.6 million in the pot. So I'm just going to have to keep ticking these things off as quickly as I can to get that money in the pot, build up that star rating. And from what I've heard, you need to get at least 4 stars, I think, to have a shot at getting this proposal over the line. So that's things for us to work on and think about going forward. But what I'm going to do then, as I promised, is let's have a look at our roster. Let's get some trades in, let's get some free agents, and let's get together the kind of playing staff that I'm really looking forward to starting off this season with. So straight off the bat, DeMarcus Cousins, 25, so he's good age, really good centre. He's offensive superstar. What's his defensive stats like? Just really quickly, let's have a look at this. Attributes, inside scoring, perimeter defense, post defense, above average for a centre, which is good. Rebounding is about right. Yeah. And then potential A, so he has got a long way still to improve. At 25, he's a good age. So I think DeMarcus Cousins is going to be a piece that I'm going to be looking to build around. And let's have a look at some of the players I got. So John Rondo, age 29, 84 rating. He could be a potential for keeping around. Again, Darren Collison. Two of my top 4 rated players are point guards. I don't need both of them. One of them is probably going to end up on the move. And Willie Cauley-Stein, I've got him on my Brooklyn save, and a good centre at 22. So he's got a bit of room to improve. Now, Costa Koufos, the third centre, third choice if you like. He's got a 3-year, $24.14 million contract. He's someone I need to move on, for example. And then we've got Bellinelli, could be a player that we could potentially move on. Yeah, so some work to be done here. And let's see, they want either Karen Butler, small forward. Well, we've got Rudy Gay in there, who's again a bit of a beast, 29. So maybe he's a piece we could think to move on. But I think out of these two, I'll move on 35-year-old Karen Butler out of the two. We've got Steph Curry, brother of Steph Curry. He's not quite the same beast that his brother is. And we've also got another fairly famous... Oh no. My bad. I thought that we had John Stockton's son in the team, but I think maybe not. I'm not sure what's happened there. Maybe that's another save or something. But anyway, that's given me something to work on. So, first thing we're going to start then is go on to Trade Finder and start working out what kind of trades I can put together here. So let's get Koufos out of the way straight away, because third choice centre, and he's taken up a fair bit of dollar. Let's see what kind of offers we get here. Thinking maybe we want to start picking up another point guard. So if there's anyone that jumps out at us. If not, maybe young players. Young players might be a half decent way to go. Danny Green. Okay, that's tempting. Kevin Martin. I like Kevin Martin a lot. He just doesn't miss. But he's getting on a bit, so he's probably not going to be sticking around for too long with us. Right, okay, so flick through these offers. I'm going to nip back, and I'm going to grab Danny Green. Very good shooter. He can land 3-pointers from pretty much anywhere. And he's a very defensive-minded player as well. Going to have to give away a pick from 2017, but it's a second rounder. I'm not too worried about that. And we're getting rid of a player that is quite costly on the old contract. So let's make that happen right away. Let's go coach always handle this, because we're going to make a few changes to our roster here straight off the bat. Now, what can I do to try and change things up at point guard? See, what we'll do again is we'll get Caron Butler on the way. Let's see what kind of offers we get for Caron Butler. So maybe a young player would be the way to go. If you get someone that's like 22, 23, 24, keep them in your team for long enough, then there is a good chance for them to develop. So let's see what kind of offers we get here. And if anything jumps out at me straight away. Nick Young and Meta World Peace. No, judging by the numbers, that might not be the way to go. It's probably the best offer I've seen on the board so far, though. Almost tempted to go there, but then we're giving away our first round pick from this year coming, so maybe not. Okay, let's leave that alone for the time being and see what else we can do. So, centre sorted. DeMarcus Cousins, no worries there. Rudy Gay, probably going to keep him around for the time being. Cauley Steen, I don't know, maybe try and find some kind of move for him or Cousins, potentially. I'm not sure. But we've got Danny Green, so he's now currently our top shooting guard. Bellinelli probably going to end up on the move, but we'll see what we can cook up. So let's see what we get for Rondo here. If you get any half decent offers, so we've got 21 to choose from. And again, let's flick through and see what kind of offers we get tabled. Mike Conley, point guard. Mike Conley. Yeah, okay, that might not be the worst plan in the world. Although I'm thinking it might be worth getting someone a little younger. That's a tempting one. Derek Favors. I use him in my my team. 24. He's also in my Brooklyn save, and I know he develops on to be quite a player. We're giving away Rondo for him. Well, that's not a huge issue because we have got Collison, who's an 80 rating as well. Could be useful. Porzingis, I'm pretty sure he was first round draft pick, first overall, 79 rating at 20, at power forward as well. So that's a tough one. And then Calderon at 74 is a half decent. And then we're getting rid of McLemore as well, who I was quite keen to keep. But then we got Green. That might have been a bad shout. Let's stick a pin in that and maybe come back. Brand Jennings, 80 overall, point guard. Thornton, Ty Lawson, Kevin Martin. And Naam Ramon Sessions both get a bit old now. Right, okay, so we're going back around. I've got Steam messages popping up like crazy. That I can deal with at another point. Right, I think what I'm going to take here, because it's ticking off a box straight off the bat, is go with either Porzingis or Derek Favors. Porzingis is miles cheaper. Calderon's probably a better pickup than Neto or Neto, but he's got a decent amount of salary, but I could probably shift him on. I'm losing Ben McLemore, but I've got Danny Green, and I've got a plan for shooting guard. Right, I'm taking it. Done. Okay. So that's goal completed. That's a bit more money in the pot. So let me just check that this works, because I've not done it myself yet. Looking good. 14 denied, 40 undecided. We're starting to move this in the right direction, and we've got another approval. So you can see my budget has increased. I've got more cash to play with. So let's throw some parking straight in there. That's something we're going to need. Right, let's put a restaurant in as well if I can afford it. Concessions. I think burgers is a good shout. Everyone loves a good burger. So that's done. 1.6 out of 10. So nearly halfway there to potentially get this pushed over the line. Got 17 undecided, 11 denied. Okay, so already we're moving this in a great direction. I mean, not even played a game yet, guys. This is a bit of a sign of things. Now, let's see what else we can do in our trade finder. So we got centre done. Rudy Gay, unless we get a great offer for him, pretty much done. Darren Collison at 18. Pretty much locked in. I've got 3 players that's over 80. I've got Porzingis, who's a 20-year-old all-rounder. Straight off the bat, he's going to develop into one hell of a player. Probably would push past Derek Favors within a couple of years, maybe, who knows. Let's have a look at his badges really quickly, if I can get to it. Long way through. See, because if players have got the all-time great badge, then it just ups their potential even more. What is his potential, actually? I should have checked this before we pulled the trigger. Probably in grades, there we go. Potential B. Okay, well, that's fine. We're going to see progress. So, we got centre, small forward, point guard, power forward, and then shooting guard, we've got Danny Green. Now, I want another option instead of Bellinelli, so let's get him on the move, see what we can pick up. There's only half decent offers. We're going to need some cover at power forward. Taj Gibson might not be a bad move. J.R. Smith calls himself the best shooter in the league, the best shooter of all time or something. Avery Bradley, shooting guard, 81. With Danny Green as cover. That is not a bad shout. I think we could have a winner here. Is it going to ruin my plan at shooting guard? Norris Cole's back up, maybe an option. Kevin Martin's always on the clock. People want to get rid of him, don't they? No, I think what I'm going to do is grab Avery Bradley, because that's given us another 80 plus rating. He's 24 as well. He's got room to develop. As far as what we're forking out for Bernelli, it's not a lot. We've got... I'm current with first round draft pick. Well, look at this team. I'm thinking our first round draft pick isn't going to be worth a whole lot. Alright, let's go with it. Let's be cheeky, see if I can get a pick. See if I can get this through. Counter offer. I'm a Caspi 27. Well, I wasn't planning on keeping him around anyway. Not sure who this Jonas guy is, but out of this, we're basically swapping our 2016 picks around, plus giving away 2018. Who cares about 2018, guys? Yeah, let's go. Fans love the acquisition of Avery Bradley. Well, I see him as being a good starter, which he's happy with. Right, okay. Let's see how we're getting on now. So we've got Cousins, small forward, 81, Darren Collison, Singers for power forward. Perfect. Okay, so we've got a really good looking starting lineup here. I'm still thinking Collison might not be our guy. See who else I get for him. Point guards only. I like Aaron Brooks, but not that much, because it is going to be a backward step. CJ Watson, 74, nah. Jack again, I like him. Had a really good season for us maybe 3 years ago. Brandon Jennings, 26-year-old. And then Karen Butler on the move as well, who I don't particularly want. That could be an option. Patrick Beverley again. Well, it's a step backwards at point guard. Marshall, right, let's have a look at this one. See, what does Brandon Jennings bring? So inside scoring, yes. Mid-range, about average. Above average 3-point. Playmaking, A-. From defense, C. And what's his steals like? 82-3. It's not bad. Steals, 64 behind average. Right, okay. How about Collison? What we got for him? 80. And then what's his steal like? His defense? 61. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. Okay. Brandon Jennings. Okay. Good playmaker. I think I like where this is going. So, there's our starting five. Pretty much set in stone. Need a bit of work on the bench though. So we've got some young players in there. I think there is a little bit of room to manoeuvre. Calderon maybe could go on the move. Try and get something a little bit cheaper because he's got a bit of a salary on him. All things that we need to work on. But yeah, hopefully that's a good little start and a bit of an introduction. And I'm pretty excited about all this just to begin with. Not sure how long I've been going for, but I think this is enough time for now for part one. So this has been the Supersonic Boom series back on Eclipse Gaming TV. Haven't recorded a video for a little while. So what I'm going to do is get things up and running. I'm going to have a look and see what I can do to improve the rest of the team. Make a few little moves potentially. Maybe make the odd free agent signing. Who knows? I'll see what's available to us. So I'm going to be working on that. And also I'm going to be working on the uniforms and the arena for the Seattle Supersonics as we go forward. So all that coming up in part two. Probably going to be another nice long video for you, and I would expect to see that in the next couple of days. Going to try and get these cranked out pretty quickly. So thank you very much for watching. Hit subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up as well, and any comments for players you'd like me to pick up, things you'd like me to maybe do differently or think about going forward, then please let me know in the comment section. But until next time, thank you very much, and catch you for the next one.